Okay. I'm Laura Tussing. I don't know if this is on. I'm a resident. I'm here to ask about curriculum standards and the board's value to the community it serves. I'd like to share some passages that are part of your approved reading curriculum, specifically from the summer reading list for 9th grade and 10th graders. And I apologize to the students that are here. Page 256, she did your homework and you ate her coochie. Page 321, peering through the window, looking at the boy, his pants around his ankles, squeezed between April's straddled legs as she lay on top of the teacher's desk. Page 400, I took a deep breath before dropping down on my shaky knees, the ground cold. As I reached for his belt buckle, Michael gently pushed my hands away. But I didn't want to stop. If I do this, they'll stop calling me a lesbian. Another book on the library shelf at South Campus has these excerpts from All Boys Aren't Blue. Page 200, I was about 13 years old when it happened. You told me you can't tell anybody. You then grabbed my hand and made me touch it. It was the first time I had ever touched a penis that wasn't my own. Cousins weren't supposed to do these things. Page 266, he reached his hand down and pulled out my dick. He quickly went to giving me head. I just sat back and enjoyed it, as I could tell he was too. I did my best to act dominant like my favorite porn star. His body felt great in my mouth. Page 267, we dry humped and grinded. He pulled out a condom and some lube. I had never done it before. I had one point of reference, 7 years of watching pornography. Although the porn was heterosexual, it was enough to get the job done. Both of these books that I'm mentioning are riddled with, again I apologize, fuck, shit, hoe, and other salty language. Is this what qualifies as quality literature today? My number one question is, how can you go against your own school policy and approve this pornography for our children to read? And to what end? I want an answer, and you owe it to the students and this school. How did you expect any of our parents to find this acceptable? If you do think this is appropriate and of high literary value, then I welcome you to come to the next board meeting with printed excerpts and handouts and read it out loud so it's on record and defend the educational value. In addition, please let us know if you'll be accepting students' English papers that include literary phrases that are in the book, such as sucking dick, fucking, and damn hoe, as a part of this new literary standard you're now setting. I have to ask you, are you really doing your job to ensure the best education for the students? And maybe that's the problem. You seem to have tossed aside the basic structure of our democratic society. You as elected officials are put in place to serve the students. We, the parents, have entrusted you to shape the minds of the future generation. You're not elected to serve the government. It's your role to recognize the disconnect between government regulation and the needs of the students. You have pushed regulation based on the reasoning that it's State Board of Education policy or sanctioned by them. Do you not question anything? A democracy was built on being able to question policy. Parents have been imploring you to question the policy being handed down, and you have turned a deaf ear. Instead, you have systematically taken each policy and implemented without question or concern or objections about your parents and students. You have failed to see bad policy. You're supposed to be the local check and balance of the students.
Ms. Tussing, you can come back for next month then. We have a 3-minute policy.
You have not represented anyone's interest other than the government's, and you have failed to uphold your end of the democratic relationship.
I'd like to be heard.
So I'm asking you to please re-engage as advocates for the students, re-engage as proponents of quality education, champion higher standards for our district, and most important, do not blindly accept governmental policy and agenda as a right or the only path. We are better than that, and the students deserve better. I look forward to hearing your responses to the pornography that's in our schools today.
Braden Spinzak.